Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Wake and Bake with my Cannabis. I'm Canna Dave.
And I'm Groovy.
On today's Wake and Bake, we're gonna be talking about. Okay.
By the way, if you're on IG, move over to. Oh, if I'm wrong mic. God, I'm so used to using my other mic. If you're on IG, go over to
YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
My Cannabis. We're also gonna be posting the link in the story, so you should be good from there.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we're getting some internet glitching, so. But
we're having internet issues today over at the house, so we're doing it off our cell phones. So that's the truth. No, that's the truth. I mean, like,
two different
technology issues. Like, I mean, we wanted to roll with it. We weren't gonna just give up on y'all and not do the wake and bake, you know. So wanted to do the wake and bake still. So we appreciate y'all trying to tune in with us. What's up, John? Appreciate you. And by the way, give us a little patience. We had to cancel IG because, like I said, we're streaming out the phones, but it should be locked in now. It looks like everything's locked in. So let us know if there's anything, issues. And as always, let us know what you're smoking on, because we are definitely going to start off smoking and dabbing, because that was crazy to have no internet. We were like,
I know.
Right now.
Awesome.
The only thing we need right now.
He's like, you write it, you get the description up? No, internet's been out.
Internet's down.
Well, yeah. I was able to, it was working for like 20 minutes before, and then like it just shut down on
and
us.
Honestly,
like
I restarted my router, still had issues, so I am not completely sure what's wrong, y'all. So we're here, though.
I do want to mention, no, I don't want to mention.
Oh, okay.
I was going to ask you,
right.
How was your Friday night and how was everyone else's Friday and their week before we get into traveling with Cannabis, asking us questions.
When was Friday?
Anything.
Yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah. It was all right, man. How was yours?
You know what I've been doing? I don't know if I told you, but...
Bike riding?
I haven't bike riding.
I just know that's one of the things.
I did not go yesterday, though. I've been getting, multiple miles, or I try to go every other day and do like a bunch of miles in one day. Besides the point.
Right.
You remember Madden? So I bought Madden.
Do I remember Madden, the video game that's been out since like the 90s? Yeah, dude, I remember.
So I bought that when it came out last week, impulse decision. I was like, I'll buy it. Why not?
Like the new one or something? Is there
yeah.
So, 22 or 23 or whatever we're at nowadays.
Yeah, 23. It's crazy.
Well, don't they go a year ahead or some shit, right?
And I was playing last night, and I'm playing on Xbox 360. No, Xbox One. Not the new Xbox, the one before that. So, not like I'm going to say I'm great on the new version, but, dude, on Xbox, the one I've been playing, yesterday I played 3 games. I won all 3. I made 2 people quit. And then the other guy finished out the game. I was like, thank you, man. I was like, this is ridiculous. I was smoking a joint, and I was literally mercying the guy, dude. The guy was like 31-3. And the guy
I love how Dave's like, hey, what were you doing Friday? So I can talk about how bad I destroyed people in Meriden.
It was like awesome. I was like, dude, I still have it. But that's what I was going with. I was like, I've taken like years off, and I was like, I kind of still have it. Because remember back when we were like 18, 19, 20? That's what I used to do all the time.
Don't get your dirt off the shoulders, man. You got it, dude.
I know. I was like, this is sick.
Dave Cobb's dabbing on some lava cake on Facebook or YouTube. I don't actually YouTube.
All
Sorry.
right.
Again, this is all weird because everything's different today.
Yeah, we're all
Took
over
a 400 milligram THC at bedtime and slept for 10 hours.
Nice.
Jesus. You know what? Actually, I did. We just had True North Collective, which obviously you know. I've tried their GMO dabs once.
Oh, really? What's GMO?
But they came on, and oh shit, I lost track where I was going now.
And you tried the full spectrum edibles.
There we go. The full spectrum edibles that actually helped me sleep for a full night, like without even like quick type of sleep, deep sleep. It was only 25 milligrams, dude. I tell you, I only took 25 milligrams. But the only reason why I dug it is because it came from wax. This full spectrum shit comes from a specific wax. It was just one Mac Daddy batter. And again, I don't know if it's just the full spectrum. I mean, you've heard me. Remember, like back in the day when we first tried full spectrum, I was like, whoa, I like those a lot better.
I agree.
And then the distillate was cool, but it made me more giggly, less body buzz. But that thing knocked me out. So I would actually say full spectrum edibles really, really got me.
I would agree with you. I was looking for the one that I opened last night because I opened the other flavor, and I actually ate probably about 25 milligrams as well from it. No, maybe even a little less because I don't think I ate the whole half of it. And I didn't smoke that. I ate that last night, smoked a doob, played some Adderall, passed out, slept pretty good through the night. I still woke up here and there, so maybe I gotta try a little bit more because I know for you were like I was out, like I slept solid. But I do like the full spectrum because I like that it's got like some terps still in it instead of like where it's just all distillate edibles. So I kind of dig that when they're putting the batter in the edible. So it's pretty good, pretty flavorful. You taste a little bit of bud, and that's probably because of the terps. And I'm not mad about that at all. So
yeah, word.
I don't mind tasting a little bit flavor of cannabis. So, but
well, the thing is, I just feel like if you don't taste anything, sometimes it's like, was there an edible in here? And maybe that's because that's the thing, dude. If you just ate an edible, like didn't smoke, didn't dab, maybe it's different. But like, I don't know if I've ever eaten edible and not already been smoking weed or dabbing.
Correct, right? Yeah.
I've never been like, you know what I want to do today? Just eat edible. And to each their own. I bet you there's people out there, but I don't think I've ever enjoyed an edible buzz solo. Have you? I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen.
Probably,
we work when we're working, but we're not high when we're working.
I'm always smoking, so I don't know. I couldn't tell you because like it's a nice additive on top of it. Because like sometimes if I eat a 50 milligram like covert cup or a 50 milligram probably full spectrum, I'll be feeling pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'll be feeling good. So I'll say 50 milligrams. I'll definitely feel it. But dude, I like smoking or dabbing on top of the edible usually. So usually it's not just the edible for me.
Right.
And that's where I would have to go with that, unfortunately. But I do like my edibles though. Mind if I spark the E85?
Yeah. Well, okay, so I guess I have a question for everyone. I'm just typing this up. Sorry. So how because like, you know, I just want to know we're going a little off. We're going to ease into traveling with cannabis. So we're not there yet. Or like should you travel with cannabis? But how much edibles do you eat and like when? Because to be honest, man, I only eat 25, 50 milligrams at night when it's been this full spectrum stuff and it knocks me out. Mm-hmm. But when I'm doing like tinctures, when I've been doing like just tinctures for like CBD, it's funny. It takes me like a lot of CBD to like counteract that. But sometimes when I was eating that full spectrum, I felt like I slept just as good as when I was taking that. Remember I told you I took like the entire vial. It was like 80 milligrams of CBD. So it's like, to me, I just am curious, like, because for me, tincture edibles, because I guess it's not an edible, but kind of, right?
I call it, yeah.
You know?
Like oil or something.
So, I mean, I'm just curious, because edibles are one of those things where I feel like it varies so much. Like, I mean, John just said he ate 400 milligrams. If I would eat 400 milligrams last night, I would have woke up, tomorrow.
Yeah, same.
You know what I mean?
Wake up today.
I'd be like, bro, no wake and bake. Hard skip today. That's what we're doing.
There's a wake and bake today?
Big hard. I'm just like, unsubscribe. I'm just lock my door. Cannon Dave gets here. He's just knocking.
Wake and bake from outside. Just outside.
What makes it full spectrum? You know, that's a really good question. I don't know if we actually dug into that. I just think that kind of means that they have it's not just THC. So like when you're dealing with their distillate per se, like it's THC focused, right? And it's distillate. So it's derived from cannabis. I think when you're dealing with full spectrum is that they literally took that flower, produced it in the wax, and they took that wax and they put it in the edibles. They did not derive any THC from it. I think it also has other cannabinoids, where distillate is probably, I don't want to say it's cheaper to extract. I just mean it's probably more focused on THC.
Yeah, so with the full spectrum, you're going to keep all the cannabinoids that are in the plant, like you were saying. So you're going to get the flavor. Like, so if you had a strain that's really lemonine, that's got terp lemonine, and you do the extraction and you're keeping all the cannabinoids and everything, you will get that lemonine terp in your edibles.
Okay.
And I think that plays a factor within helping with you sleep. Imagine if you got one, I bet you that the Mac Daddy has like caryophyllene or myrcene, which helps with sleep, which might have actually triggered it within the terps.
But I guess what I'm trying, I guess what, like, you know, add on Dave Cobb's point is it's like the full spectrum stuff. It comes down to, I mean, to my belief with the entourage effect and how it's a pseudoscience a little bit. I understand that there's science, and I'm a big science guy, so don't think that I'm just some hippie who doesn't believe in science. Like I love science.
I love science too, man.
I totally. I just also think there's some stuff that when you're dealing with cannabis, you're dealing with this I don't want to say psychoactive part of your brain. Obviously, you're dealing with the psychoactive part of your brain, but you're dealing with the part of your brain that, you know, it's a hallucinogenic, right? You ever taken mushrooms, acid? It deals with perception. So there's a lot about how you're perceiving things in the moment. I think it's very much about your environment. You know, when you're smoking weed, is it with your body? Are you at peace? Are you stressed? Like, are you with people? Like, everything varies, right? I think when you deal with those, it really does vary a lot depending on how much you need. And then if you take wax, full spectrum, like, we don't even know what's in all these cannabinoids yet. People want to act like we do. We don't know everything about this plant yet because research has been so chokeholded. Yeah. Because they're like, oh, it's illegal, you know. And it's like now, since now we're going on 15 years now of legality in America. Like, what is it? No. 20 years. Wow, over 20 years.
Well, medically, I started.
I'm saying,
in Cali.
Yeah, I would say over 20 years. Yeah, that's why I forgot it was 90s. Yeah, I would put 2000 in my head, but you're right.
But
it
for
was
us,
90.
2008, though, I mean, here in Michigan, it's almost about 15.
That's why I had to digress, because I was like, Michigan, but yeah. Anyways,
I think that even with the cannabinoids, we're still going to discover new cannabinoids here slowly. Look at THCO. That was huge. That's not cannabinoid. That was huge low last year. You're seeing more of... yeah, it's like a little
hole.
Yeah. And I think when we start discovering these, the CBGs, the CBNs that we're starting to understand more about, people are going to want that in their cannabis or in their edibles or in their concentrates or their tinctures, however they're consuming. They're going to want that. Like, CBG is good for the gut. CBN's great for sleep, right? You're going to want, me personally.
Thanks, McCarty.
I would love CBG.
I remember that secret because of him. Remember we ran into him for like 10 minutes?
Well, yeah, we were at Woodward
He gave
Sports.
us that dab. He's like, CBG, gut, CBN, night. We were like, yes, sir.
He's like, you want a dab? Yes. While he was while he was meeting with the owners.
Yeah. I remember watching him in middle school. I was like, yeah, I'll take a dab from you.
Oh,
I got some time to kill.
Dude, yeah, that was my guy when I was growing up. Hockey, that was my stuff.
Yeah,
so we'll see, man, over time. I think full spectrum will be here to stay. I think with all the cannabinoids, a lot of in my opinion, the consumers that like cannabis are probably going to want more of the cannabinoids in their edibles or whatever. So if you can be able to keep it full spectrum, I think that's going to be really good because it gives it that flavor. You get the extra terps, you get the cannabinoids in it. It's not just...
Yeah, no word. I mean, honestly, what's interesting is, like, I mean, this is why we want to hint a little bit about our episode. Really great having Justin and Gino on. Very knowledgeable, like, the chef, man, and the 5-Star Extracts
founder,
OG himself. Great to talk to them, but they're the full, like when they did the full spectrum and when they used their wax, there was a reason why, and it was basically I don't remember all the science jargon. You have to listen to the episode, but essentially they're able to get terpenes to come through on edibles this way, and when you get terpenes that come through edibles this way, imagine the styles of cooking you can deal with. You can enhance things with terpenes. You can, like, layer them right, and that's what's really neat. So that's where we're at with edibles now, where we're getting so intense, you know. And we even talked about a little bit of water soluble.
Yep.
Edibles hitting you in the future quickly, so where I could eat an edible and be stoned. Maybe I would enjoy an edible high then. You know, just try it.
And we're talking about, like, small pieces of edibles, not like you got to eat a whole cookie and feel that. Like, you're talking like very small. You're able to eat it and then feel the effects pretty much instantly.
Yep.
Which
Yeah,
I think it's
shit,
great
man.
because like you dude, I mean, think about this. How many people
Futuristic.
will eat edibles and be like, I don't feel nothing because they're not letting it go, and then they'll eat more, and then they'll eat more, and then they're like, whoa! Like you see the memes, like it's like 30 minutes,
Have you ever seen
hour,
that?
hour
There's a
and a half,
video.
you're like,
There's a video out there right now that's like a guy just like crying. He's like, "Why are you guys make these edibles so strong?" And cracks me up.
Is there really?
Yeah, it's so.
I gotta
funny.
find that.
Yeah, we'll post it on the story or something later.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But no, let's. Okay, so the moment we've all been waiting for. Not really, but the should you travel with cannabis? So like since we're in Michigan, I just want to start here locally in Michigan. Yeah, you can travel with cannabis. Like as much as it still kind of freaks me out sometimes, man, creeps me the fuck out. Like it really does, man. Like because it still feels sketch, you know. But like technically, if it's not in excess, right, or reach or not, you can't reach it. You can't. It's not accessible. It's illegal, right, in Michigan. So if it's like stapled in your back seat, you can do that. Technically, I believe. Yeah. I still don't. I just put it in the trunk, but
gives you extra layer of protection.
Yeah.
I don't blame you on that.
Yeah, and let us know how you feel with traveling with cannabis, how you travel with cannabis, because like honestly, if you got a way that you've been flicked and you're like it works, like let everyone else know in the chat, because like that type of shit is important. You know what I mean? You know, traveling with shit in here in Michigan is easier than anywhere else, but
it is. And the reason we brought this up is because like, obviously this whole summer it's been that whole Brittany Griner case where she was traveling with a vape cart. And then here in the United States, you can't even fly between, like, say, here in Nevada or here in Cali, here in Washington, and here in Oregon. You can't. We're both legal.
Doesn't make sense.
You still can't fly. You can't bring your medicine. You would have to buy it there.
Well, see, it's like funny. Like, so I get it. It's like you're kind of being like, hey, you have to buy our product. You know, you can't. Basically, the law is, the idea is to stop those traffickers. Right,
correct,
I get it. I get it, their idea, but it's like the people that are trafficking don't care about the laws. They're gonna traffic. It's like these laws don't make sense to me when you're traveling between legal states. I understand federally, like because again, it protects people from just sending pounds over the border. I get that because like honestly, I don't want boof from other states, so I don't hate that rule. No. But my thing is, if you're traveling with a half ounce to an ounce of personals and you're traveling. Like, what the hell's the big deal? Especially if I threw it in my carry-on. Like, I'm not going to be puffing up in your bathroom on the plane, which would be sick. But, I love it. It'd be really cool, actually. But, it'd be like, why can't you just check some weed, man? You can check everything else in America.
I mean, if it's personal use, I don't see why you can't. Like
well, what does it matter?
Well, I mean, they're not gonna let you check a pound. So I'm saying if you had an ounce or
no, I know, but like if you have a CPL, I mean, you can fly with your guns. Like you can fly with anything. Like it's just so weird that now we have a chokehold on weed, even especially when it's legal between states. I just think that's fascinating to me. Like there shouldn't be. You know what I mean? That's so wild.
You can actually fly with a gun.
Yeah, of course. Check it.
Oh, like checked bag.
Yeah,
right,
that's what.
right.
Well, you can check. I use gun because it's just a highlight word.
Well,
you can check most things, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. You can check. I
was
forget.
saying carry on.
Well, because I was reading something about that, like the most weird things you can check, and you can check like everything.
Oh yeah, everyone goes to the duty free and checks alcohol. Once they purchase it too, when you're traveling as well too. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna buy a little bit. Hey, glad you're on Facebook, Dave. Thank you. Yeah, and anyone tuning in, hit that like button, drop a comment, hit that share button. We greatly appreciate it. Helps get the message out there and build the community even bigger than what we are currently. So appreciate you all.
I just like there's 50 bizarre things you can bring on airplanes. You can, if people check breast milk. You see what I mean? Like, why would you fly with breast milk? I guess you for a baby. What am I saying?
Yeah,
that's stupid.
I was like, maybe
Lobsters, live coral, artificial bones, cremated remains. I don't know, man. It just goes on. You know what I mean? I just use highlight words because it makes a point. Like, there's like you can travel with like anything. You can check drills, crowbars, cattle prods.
Hey man, you never know.
You can machete. I'm sure machetes, knives, like long as they're all checked, like you can fly with anything. That's why I think it's so weird that all of a sudden, like, now it's a problem.
Well, it's a problem because it's been illegal.
Yeah,
and they're not making it legal.
Yeah, pepper spray, nunchucks, Swiss Army knives, swords. I could bring a sword. I could check a sword on my flight. But if I bring a half ounce of weed, that's where we draw the flag. Or
Yeah, you go to
line.
jail. I mean, this is what a lot of people travel with is a little vape pen.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, and that's the thing. Allegedly, a lot of people fly with carts.
allegedly, yes. And I mean, just
So,
just
and again, federally, we can't sit here and be like, oh, fly with it. You can, and that's why I say it sucks.
100%.
Like, you can't fly with it. Like, I mean, granted, a lot of the states we travel to are legal, so we just buy bud when we get there. It's easy, but like, it's not Michigan quality. I mean, the last 2 times we've gone to Vegas, at least the last 2 times I've gone to Vegas, I was like very disappointed on 50 to 60% of the weed we smoked. You know what I mean? Like, that's why we started just buying infused shit, because we're like, well, at least it'll kind of get us there. You know what I mean? Like,
kind of get us high, right?
you know, so it's like, it's, I don't know. I think it's very fascinating. I totally get, you know, because it's not decriminalized, so we can't travel with it federally. Like, we can't go between lines.
Right.
It's not legal. Like, I get it. But when you're traveling between states and it's checked, like, checked is like that one thing where it's like, it doesn't touch your hands. It's in their control. Right. What does it matter? You know? TSA is gonna look like not a weapon. Who gives a shit? You know, not a bomb. Like, that's all they should care about.
Carry swords.
I meant not a bomb. That's what I was saying. Like, as long as it's nothing like explosive, like isn't that the only thing they were supposed to really watch out for on planes? Like, and even then, or like, I mean, not even then. Even with weapons, like, you can check them, man. Mm-hmm. Like, this is America. Last time I checked.
Hopefully, in due time, we'll be able to start traveling with it. Because, like, we should be able to. I mean, you should be able to fly through medicine. I mean, especially if you have a medical card.
In between legal states. I will say that very specifically, because I was like, you don't want to be like, I'm flying to Texas with a zip. Like, don't do that. No. Like, you know what I mean? But, like, if I was going to California, or, like, when I flew back, remember? Callie was telling me I could fly back with an ounce. She's like, no, you could buy so much more and just fly with it. I'm glad I didn't listen to her. You know,
Groupie's on the news. Yeah, man, bought weed and
she's a random bud tender said I could do it.
Bought a couple ounces and was flying back to Michigan. Sir, do you know you can't do that? Well, it's legal in Michigan.
I love it. Flower Queen just said, I've had TSA pull my Diet Coke out of my purse and not my vape. But that's because nowadays vapes are vapes. Like, they literally, it's like, all right, you can't smoke it. There's no flame. Like, I don't even think they even care. You know, and it's so funny that, like,
I feel like 60% of travelers probably have a vape of some sort, either nicotine or cannabis. Maybe even 70.
I mean, doesn't this vape shit kind of show you even how closer nicotine and cannabis are, in the sense of, like, they're not that much different? Like, I mean, people
joint, cigarette, very similar. You could put a filter on both. One's tobacco, one's weed. Very similar. The oils. Mm-hmm. Yep, 100%, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, we'll see in time. If this does change, like, traveling on a bus is different than a plane. I mean, are they checking your stuff, like, on a bus when you're going? Like, I've never really traveled on a bus that often.
So,
you know?
Allegedly, no. That's all I got.
Yeah, cool.
No, because I used to go between Chicago a lot, man, and not a single time they ever checked bags. Not a single time they looked at anyone's shit. And, like they didn't even, like, there was no even slight pat down. Like, you know what I mean? There's nothing, which, like, I'm trying to say is, like, when people are just trying to travel, they're really not trying to, like, you know, generally, they're not trying to hurt people, you know? And that's kind of my whole point, is, like, not many people are flying with bud to go trap it. Like, I'm not going to, like, fly with a half ounce to go nickel and dime some weed in another state. Like, I'm going to just smoke it. I just don't want to smoke the garbage somewhere else. So I think sometimes when you chokehold laws that just don't make sense, it's like, this doesn't make sense, man. That's why we need decrim.
That's exactly why we need decrim.
Shout out.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we'll take a little break here. And as always, let us know what you're smoking on and dabbing on. We just want to give a shout out to DNK Growers, who make us happen.
Yes. If you're not familiar, shout out to DNK. They're out of Lansing, Michigan. Small craft quality cannabis. All their cannabis is at an affordable price for you as a consumer, $25 an eighth at any dispo. We like craft cannabis. Our morals match up with them. If you enjoy a nice sativa or an uplifting strain, try the Sour Animal. If you enjoy a nice little daytime evening buzz, that Cushman's is right where you need it. And they got a new strain that we're about to be promoting here in the next week.
Yeah,
we
got a little Florida video Kush. We're producing right now. It's in the works. Hopefully next week, actually.
I'm hoping for Tuesday, but I'm not for sure. But
you listening, T?
I talked to him. Hopefully he is, actually. And if you are, shout out, your birthday's in like 2 days. But yeah, other than that, check out DNK Growers. They're on IG. Give them a quick follow. Reach out to them if you want to know where their products are. They're at besides these locations, Great Lakes Holistics in Kalamazoo, Burton, Cannabis, Burton, and then Wellflower in Ypsilanti. And I think Wellflower just opened up another location, so I'm assuming they're there too. So check out DNK Growers and shout out. Thank you guys.
Yep. Yeah, I appreciate that. Dave Cobb actually commented while we were chatting there. I did once. They never checked anything, right? You know, some people fly with, and I'm gonna be honest, man. When you fly, like with this
See you, John.
little,
Thanks for tuning in, man.
When you fly with this little thing, it's what blows my mind. It blows my freaking mind about the what's her name? Whatever the chick's name is right now. I'm blanking. Brittany Griner. Sorry, I can never say her last name. I keep saying Gardner for some reason. But like,
Mac.
could you? Like, they consider this trafficking? Like, how can it be considered trafficking when at max I can sell this to one human being? Like, Dave, at max I could sell this to you.
And then I'll sell it to 3 other people.
It doesn't make sense. You can't. You can't split it up. How can this be trafficking? This makes no sense. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Different countries, different laws. You know, whatever. I've never been to Russia. I have no desire. But I mean,
literally, it is that half gram. I mean, that's a half gram.
That's what I'm saying.
Sauce cart, which is we'll be promoting the clip in the following weeks about it, but something new that True North.
It's just wrong. Like, in my opinion, like when you, anyways. Well, so we're not gonna get super into that. I think it's crazy that people.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's a personal vape. It's not. You're right. You're not trafficking. It's not like you're taking out the. You can't even take
and this
out,
is a highlight why you should really check your bags and not travel with cannabis. I mean, especially when you're going international, man. I mean, unless you do it regularly and you know your shit. You know what I mean? But like, I'm gonna be honest though. It's not like everyone knows what they're doing there. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
No, you honestly got to check everywhere you're going, the laws before you traveled, to be truthfully honest, unless you're just going in the state of Michigan, because you probably know the laws here in the state.
Yeah, man, it is wild. And like that's the big thing is like when you're traveling in all these other states, like if you're going to travel, like if you're going to travel with cannabis, like remember, we have it great here in Michigan. It is not like that everywhere.
Dude, no, it is not.
It is not even, I mean, Ohio's better now, but like Pennsylvania, right there, they don't like it. Like you go to Indiana, I don't. Is it medical? No, I thought one of the.
Indiana
Ohio,
was
it was Ohio.
Pence.
Ohio went medical.
Pence was
It's Ohio
Pence.
went medical. Sorry, it's just I can't keep up with all the medical, not medical rec. It becomes a lot. It changes a lot. Like, you know what I mean, man. We're always updating, but it's like with how much we're updating, I get the names mixed up. Nebraska just